Welcome to Walking Out Your Purpose with yours truly, Alicia Smith, where we focus on you reaching your full potential in all areas of your life through intentional dialogue and putting in the work. Let's get motivated to action so that we draw closer to realizing our life's purpose as women of God, wives, mothers, and businesswomen. Now come on in and eavesdrop on a conversation with me and sometimes a few others as we discuss having faith over fear from the pew to the boardroom and everywhere in between. I'm glad you're here. Let's get to walking out our purpose and accomplishing all that God has for us. All right, welcome back to the Walking Out Your Purpose podcast with yours truly, Alicia Smith. I am so excited today because I have such a beautiful, intelligent, wonderful woman of God, young woman of God on the show today, Alana Daniels. Welcome to the show, Alana.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Yes, I am truly honored. And for those that don't know, Alana is, and you'll, I'm sure, hear more about this, but she is the daughter of our beloved minister, Brother Alvin L. Daniels Jr. And she's her own person, and I'm just excited to have her. So, Alana, why don't you start with telling everyone about you, who you are, and what you're all about?
Hey everyone, Alana here. I am the third child of Alvin and Cynthia Daniels. I'm the youngest of three. Alvin the third is my oldest brother. Algerian, then you have me, the youngest. You always gotta save the best for last. Right? Let's see. I am a child of God. Most of all, most importantly, I'm a child of God. I am a Christian. I love the Lord and the Lord loves me. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a
Yay!
mentor. And I'm all about just being a part of a team and just being a leader.
Awesome. I love that. And I love the fact that you are starting on your journey of entrepreneurship. And I'm wearing your lip gloss. So I'm excited for you. And so tell us a little bit about what you believe is your purpose and, how and when did you discover it? Or are you still in the process of discovering it?
Well, I have a hinge. I actually thought about this question, but I believe that my purpose is to encourage, encourage to be of help to people, especially of young girls of my age, who kind of understand. And I know that God has given me the gift of compassion and discernment. And by that, I mean being able to tell when something's like off with people or being able to tell if someone's sad or matter. And you can just be smiling on the outside. And I just know like something's wrong. And so that's where the gift, of encouragement comes to. Hey, sis, are you doing okay? Like, is there anything I can do for you? Let me know how you doing, checking up on you just like mentally, physically, just to see how you're doing. And so that's what I believe my purpose is. And when I discovered that, I want to say somewhere around middle school. Because anytime I get asked to, do things at church, whether it be marriage enrichment, helping out with the kids, I was part of the nursery ministry, just being able to help out, period. Skits, Black History plays, dress rehearsals, I'm there. Like, hello, call on me. Like, I just love to help. That's just what I love to do. And so that's when I knew, okay, yeah, this right here, this is what I'm meant to be doing. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And do you see that spilling over into what you do, what you're planning to do as far as your career, or do you see that kind of compartmentalized into ministry? Kind of how do you see that playing out?
it's in different areas. Yes, in ministry as well. And also I feel that spilling over into my career. Right now I'm majoring in human resource management. So yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay, wait a minute, because I never knew that, and that's like what I do.
Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on now. No, don't let me find out.
Yes, yeah, we got to talk about that. Okay,
Okay.
sidebar. We'll talk about that later. But go ahead.
Okay. Um, so I'm in human resource management. So I'm not sure if that really goes hand in hand, but I know I've always wanted to be like a motivational speaker or a teacher of some career in helping people, just be
Okay.
able to speak to people. And that's also a gift that God has given me is speaking, and which I love to do. So yeah, it could carry over.
Awesome, awesome. I love that, and I think it's so meaningful or impactful when you see your purpose and your passion in so many different areas of your life, I think it just brings
Mhm.
fulfillment. And you know that that's truly, God just pulling on your heartstrings. So I think that's great, and you're definitely very good at that.
Thank
And
you.
you've definitely helped us, so we certainly
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. So how do you, because a lot of people that, want to discover their purpose or are trying to walk in it, right, are trying to figure out like, how do I do this on a daily basis? So how would you say that you walk out your purpose daily?
I want to say calling, checking up on people. FaceTime technology is an awesome way because of the pandemic. You're not able to come together collectively anymore. So technology is just a great way that, I walk out my purpose daily. Hey, let me let me FaceTime her. You know what I mean? Let me text her. Let me, what's going on? Like, how you doing? Um, I think that's how I walk up my purpose daily. At least I try to. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say daily because there is a lot of things that I have going on, but that is an area of my life which I can work on and I can do better in. But yes, I do try to, walk out my purpose daily.
Good. So speaking of you know, just the daily walk and the things that you're trying to do, I want to spin over, or I want to transition over into entrepreneurship. So when did you so first of all, tell us about your business, and then when did you discover your interest in entrepreneurship?
Okay, this is a good one. So I want to say I've gained a love for beauty, makeup, everything like that. I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago, which is probably ninth grade in high school. My goodness, I spent hours in front of the mirror just practicing. I got YouTube going, trying to figure out, okay, what's this? I'm in my mom's makeup because I didn't really have makeup then. So I'm like, I'm in my mom's makeup. How do you use this? How you contour? How you highlight? I'm just fascinated, skincare and everything. So, and usually when people create businesses, it's about what you're passionate about. People create businesses based on what you're passionate about, what you love and what you care about. And this is something that I'm passionate about. So I'm like, I'm gonna do something with this. And
Mhm.
I had doubts at first. I did. I was like, how's my line gonna be different from anyone else? You know what I mean? There's plenty of young girls out here with beautiful lines and everything like that. So I'm like, what am I doing? But I'm like, listen, doubting me is like doubting God, and we don't do that over here. So let's get started. You know what I mean? And so I've had a lot of encouragement. Everyone's just like, Alana, start it, do it. And so me and my dad were sitting down, we were like, we need a name. And so I knew that I wanted my name incorporated in my business. So I'm like, just to make it mine and to make it unique. And so my dad was like, lip gloss, lip gloss. Okay, that's the base. I love lip gloss. Lip gloss, okay, it's shiny, glare, boom. That's how glare came about. And so the AR in glare stands for Alana Rochelle, which is my middle name. So that's how it kind of makes it unique in its own way. And so there it goes. So Glare AR Beauty. And so right now I specialize in eyelashes and lip gloss, but I do plan to bolster and to expand to do eyeshadow palettes and eyeliner and even come up with a skincare line called Glare Skin. That's,
Nice.
mhm.
Awesome. Awesome. So what would you say are some key lessons that you've learned so far about being your own boss?
Oh my, oh my. Oh my goodness, I had to learn this. Patience.
Yeah.
Patience for sure. I had to really grasp the fact that nothing ever happens overnight. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna launch this. Um, we're gonna get mad orders. Hello. No, it doesn't work that way. You really have to keep working at it to really get yourself out there. That's one. Another lesson, the grind never stops. Never. Um, when you're creating a business, you have to realize that the hustle, it only gets harder. It only gets harder because when you have a business, you're responsible for everything, and it does get tiring at times, but just keep putting in the work and it'll all pay off. So those are definitely key lessons I had to learn. Oh, and also you will financially struggle
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will financially struggle. Um, because having to create a business with one outlet, you know what I mean, of work, one outlet, it's rough. It really is rough. And knowing me, I am uninhibitable, meaning I am extremely, like when I tell you, oh my goodness, I'm so impulsive. I'm
Mm,
extremely impulsive. I see something, I want it, I got it. So it's financially saving is very important. And that's I'm not so good at, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah.
And you're early in the stages, and I think as long as you've got the right support and you're learning the lessons now, so I think that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, how do you balance it all, right? You're in school, you're working, you're doing your business, you're doing ministry. How do you balance it all?
One, working ahead, not procrastinating, especially when it comes to college and by, the workload, definitely working ahead and getting things done. I have a dry erase board in my room, all set up with the schedule. Okay, you need to have this paper in due by Thursday. You need to have these assignments done by Thursday. Everything is in line. You have to make sure that you work ahead and you don't procrastinate, because if you allow your workload to get heavy, it will get intimidating. And I also balance by um, taking time for myself. That's very important, to take time for yourself to really rejuvenate and get your thoughts together. Getting a good night's sleep, honestly, it helps. It really does. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, we're in, of course, a pandemic, hopefully, Lord willing, coming out of it sometime in 2021. But what are your thoughts on people taking risks during this time? Because I think although it's a trying time and uncertainty is there, I've also seen, yourself, you've, started a business, others have started different things. I started this podcast. So, it's also a
Absolutely.
time to create. So, what are your thoughts about, leveraging this time to start something new?
So my thoughts on this is faith. Faith without works is dead.
That's right.
So I feel that if you don't take a risk, how would you even know that whether it's going to thrive or not? You wouldn't know. And during a time like this, a lot of people are unemployed and don't have jobs. And so people do what they have to do to make ends meet. And so, I mean, faith, that's all I have to say. That's my thought. Just faith, because as a Christian, you have to have some level of faith. And so that's what it is.
Awesome. Awesome. So, how do you stay inspired, right? Like you said, you've got, a new business and it's growing, right? It's evolving. And so day one isn't, 1,000 orders, right? Or whatever number. Maybe you had 1,000, but whatever number. And so, how do you stay inspired to keep going?
To keep going, well, I'm an extreme fan of Rihanna, and y'all know she got her own thing going. So I just be looking at her. I'm like, okay, we gonna get like this. And
Yeah.
she inspires me. I'm like, okay, let's go. So I'd be looking at her stuff. She has her own beauty line, and I look at other people's things too. That's how I stay inspired. I just, just keep. Oh my goodness. And then you have people, they're in my area, my friends, they're like, girl, you got this, just keep going. So they inspire me. They really do. My support system, they inspire me to really keep going, because sometimes it does get hard and like you just want to kind of give up, because it's just like, you know what I mean? But always, yeah, that's how I stay inspired.
Awesome. Awesome. So, last area that we're going to talk about, of course, last but not least, certainly is, ministry. So, you talked a little bit earlier about, your calling to help and to be of service to people. What are some of your ideas? I don't want to say kind of tips and tricks, if you will, or ideas to help keep young folks engaged.
Study daily, study your Bible daily, meditate, as well as taking account for your lifestyle. And one thing I live by is it's one thing to talk to people about God, but it's another thing to be a reflection of Him. So you shouldn't just want people to hear Him. You should want people to see Him in you. So always take account of your lifestyle, study daily, pray, and that's one way to keep yourself, engaged.
Good.
And surround yourself with positive people.
Yes, got to be around like-minded people for sure.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, good. Well, I just wanted to tap a little bit into, your life, and wanted people to hear, from a different um, uh, background, and as far as, opening up your own business and certainly serving in ministry, because I've been doing these interviews with different people so people could hear other stories of how folks have discovered, their passion, their purpose. So any final thoughts you want to share with the audience on pursuing their purpose and operating in their gifts?
Absolutely. I'll have to say, one way to really find your purpose and find your gift is to listen to people. And this is what I've done. Listen to feedback, listen to what people tell you, especially if it's the same thing over and over. Because, like for me, I'll give you an example. A lot of people tell me, girl, you're so great at speaking. You're awesome at speaking. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? You're awesome. I had someone tell me, this is a compliment I never got before. A girl came up to me. I was just, conversating. She came up to me. I didn't even know her. She's like, oh my goodness, I love the way you interact with people. I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? That was kind of awesome to me because I never received a compliment like that. She's like, I love the way you interact with people, the way you engage with people, the way you laugh with people, talk to people, make people feel comfortable. I love how you do that. And so listen to people when they tell you. And that's kind of a way to, that niche to really know what your purpose is. And obviously, pray and ask God for direction of what your purpose is and continue to work in that.
Good, very good. So, how can people order their eyelashes and lip gloss? Tell us about that.
Yes. You can go and shop at www.glarebeauty.shop. Everything is there. You can also find me on Facebook, Glare AR Beauty, and you can find me on Instagram at Glare AR Beauty as well _.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ma'am. It's been awesome and amazing talking to you, and the energy and your brilliance. This is just pure Black excellence, and I'm so, so proud of you and happy to be a
Thank you.
supporter of you. And
Thank
we got to
you.
talk about the HR stuff, so we're going to come back
Yes, we do. Yes.
to that. But thank you so much for joining the show today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, everyone, I hope you were able to take copious notes and have at least one action you will take to propel your life forward in pursuing your purpose. Let's get it. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Now go conquer your day and don't let it conquer you. Until next time, peace and